Whatever is going on in this season of the Shadow House has something to do with Christopher, the Starbearers, and Mary Rose. As you can see, it seems like each episode we're going to get a flashback, whether it's going to be at the beginning or the end, showing how things were simpler and happier when everything was under the authority of Christopher, where he seemed to be a very enthusiastic, great storytelling kind of guy who let people be awareness of the dangers of Scorches, but yet be friendly at the same time. Seems to be very joyous. The question is, what happened back then for everything to be, broken now? Why does Barbie have this creepy, angry, sharp teeth face? You don't see her sharp teeth in the past. She seems very joyous and happy now. Now she's part of her friends' stuff. It's completely different compared to what we see now. So I guess as the story goes on, we'll see what happens to Christopher and how things broke apart. And probably has something to do with the mystery that's going on at hand in the present time with who is doing all the Scorch attacks and why. So, where to begin? I guess with Kate. I guess how Kate's and Amelico's relationship is going. Pretty much the twins. The twins, oh my goodness. It's irony. It's freaking irony. You see how the twins were in the beginning of the episode, then you see how what becomes them at the end of the episode. It's just complete irony, and I love it so much because, man, twins can go both ways. The good guys would be sometimes overly annoying, or they can be the bad guys and still be annoying. Either way, that just always is when it comes to twins in anime. They're playing tricks on you, or they're just playing out rhyme. Either way, you're not going to be in for a good time. So, apparently, their power is to, I guess, control people, mainly humans. So, their power is not technically physical, but it's like Louise's power, where she puts a soot into her person. Her name Lou. Yeah, Lou. Her power into Lou, and Lou does facial expressions. But somehow, the twins can do it without putting their soot into people's bodies, which is very, very interesting. I don't know how that works, but they got to work. Especially having poor little Amaco actually crying while she's barking and acting like a dog. Like, come on, man, we gotta do that for little Sunshine, man. You don't do that to Sunshine. Again, people always jealous when it comes to the over happy people. So that sucks. But Kate got revenge for her by making him trip. That was nice. Patrick and Ricky's situation, I guess Patrick is very insecure because he hasn't awakened his powers. All the other children during the debut awakening their power, but Patrick. So therefore, he's kind of, insecure, he feels useless. And Ricky has his own problems as well, where he's pretty much not only does he has this obsession with Lou for some reason, but also he's probably feeling bad for his master as well, because as you know, most living dolls / humans still care for their master, whether they're brainwashed or not, because they're part of their lives. So either way, it's like, what can he do to feel useful within a situation, even when they're chasing down the culprit, and he was trying to ask Sean to help him, but then he's like, nah, man, just go after the person, because he wants to do something to prove that he's useful. As you saw Ricky in the first season, he was very, I would say, a kiss ass, a brown nose, always trying to insult everyone, thought he was better than everyone because how proud he was of his master and himself. But then after the debut, he realizes he isn't really that big as he thought he was, that he needed help, that he had his own problems. So he humbled a bit, he found humility within that situation. And now it's the point where he's like, okay, I know that I'm not as of a big shot as I thought I was, but what can I do to at least improve myself for the sake of my master? It's pretty much what he's going through. And also, the thing between him and Lou is they're trying to remember why are they so drawn together, even though they barely talk throughout the seasons. So I guess that'll be unraveled later on. Now let's talk about the fun part during the giant Scourge attack. That was fun, especially when Oliver and Ollie showed up with their contraption, pretty much a giant vacuum, a steampunk vacuum, by the way. And if you don't know, I'm a huge fan of steampunk attire. I just love it so much. I need to make a new cosplay, by the way, of steampunk attire. But either way, it's always fun to watch something steampunk like. So they're trying to use this giant contraption, this giant vacuum to suck up all the scorches because they went to become a giant phantom. And they're just jumping in everyone's mouths and taking control of their bodies. And it's like zombies or something off of Half-Life, you know. It's very fun to watch. And of course, Amaco she goes, whether you can say she's Super Mario Sunshine or she's Luigi's Haunted Mansion. Either way, I guess she's Luigi's Haunted Mansion. Or you can say she's Jimmy Neutron's when Twonkies attacked that video game. You know, when Jimmy Neutron had that vacuum, it's like all the Twonkies. Either way, it was fun to watch, you know. They needed someone who was very good with strength, but yet super flexible, athletic. And if you don't know, for some reason, Amaco is extremely athletic and stuff. And you'll see that actually in this season, I believe. I'm actually looking forward to that, actually. And you'll also see why Ollie and Oliver are my favorite Star Bearers. They're just so fascinated. They're into their inventions, their science, their research. They put their team in crazy situations, and you see them react to it. Some act calm because they're so used to it, while you can tell a new one is just like, oh man, just a steady grind. I don't go through this. It was nice watching that. So, it's watching Amaco use her brains and her athletics to take down the Phantom, but at the same time, they lost a lot of people. For instance, Rosemary. Rosemary got it again. Like, really? Rosemary and, of course, Mia got it too this time as well. Only because one of the freaking dolls used her as a shield. That was a dick move. But hey, you gotta ask yourself, would you do that if you were put in that situation? I bet a lot of us is that living doll that did that to poor little Mia. Look down. So, but at the end of the day, the Phantom was taken out and the coffee was saved. Or so we thought. You know, that after all that had happened, the coffee that they had, the twins who were supposed to take care of the coffee, busted the coffee. Just picked it up, smashed it, and then it got taken away. It's like, how? Why? Were they being controlled? We just saw in the beginning of the episode only the twins, so far, the twin shadows, were the only ones who were able to use that kind of power. But would it really be them to screw up the coffee? It makes no sense. Either way, it's very strange. I believe this was all a diversion distraction. Someone doesn't want them drinking that coffee. The attack happened, and out of nowhere, boom, the coffee breaks because of the twins. Something happened of the mess. I guess Amaco is trying not to drink the coffee as well, and the show is Sean. And they're trying to make sure Ricky and Lou as well get their memories back as well. So something is going on. Whether this culprit is trying to make them not drink the coffee or they have another alternative motive. Either way, I am fascinated. So that's the got for this video. I'm looking forward to next week's episode. The opening and the outro are finally sticking to me. It's just one of those songs where I just have to keep listening to and like, you know, this isn't so bad. So anyways, I'm enjoying it, and I hope you guys are too. So, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, of course, hit that bell icon. This has been Madcrownxox. I'm Madcrownxox. Signing out.